Hey guys, John here with BassBoatExchange.com, and I'm super excited. I'm on my way to Table Rock Lake, and I want to take the opportunity to invite you guys to join us for the next few minutes as we take a look at the rebirth of an absolute legendary hull that was a fan favorite in the bass fishing world for years, and it's back. Stick with us, you're not going to want to miss this. For all you guys that are familiar with the Champion hulls for several years, you're going to love this boat, and you're going to notice a lot of similarities. Now, standing here with me is Kelly Power. Kelly has been with, how many years were you with Champion?
I was with Mountain Home 27, Genmar 3, so 30 years.
Quite a while. Now, the reason that's important, the reason I want to mention that so you guys know who Kelly is working hand in hand with Charger to build this boat specifically. And if you're going to bring back a product that was so
and many more.
Yes, and many more. If you're going to bring back a product that was so popular to begin with, it's pertinent to have a guy that knows the product inside and out as well as Kelly does, and he works hand in hand with Charger to produce these boats. Now, the model that we're standing in today is the 210 Elite.
210 Elite.
And stay tuned because there's going to be some additional models. How many additional models are
Well, we're talking about within the next 3 to 5 years, just depending on how quick we can go, to have about 5 models.
And those will range in size from what, like 18 foot up to?
18 to, and Joe will hate me for this, but the 22 footer was phenomenal. One of the best strides we ever made, and it's in the works.
Well, there you go. So you guys that maybe are a bigger fan of the 200s, the 150s, those kind of, don't think you're left out. They've been planning for you, and they'll be coming. So
just takes time.
Can you walk us through and show us what is similar, but show us what is different as well?
Well, probably the biggest thing is it's a True Champion hull. Mm-hmm. The hulls that we're making are off of True Champion hulls. We're not modifying, we're not changing, we're not creating, we're not doing like some of these companies where they're trying to put a Champion hull under their boat cap. It is a True Champion cap, it's a True Champion hull. Yes, we've done branding in the back of the boat. You'll see in a little bit, we've done a little branding there with Charger. Within the decal stuff, it's the Charger Elite Series. But the actual core boat's the True boat. You know, this boat was last built back in 2008, and Champion in its last few years got very little love. So there was not a lot of improvements made on it. It was like, buy what we got or don't buy it.
Right.
Because they didn't want it to be sold.
Right.
And that was kind of the whole deal through all of that. What we did is we took this boat and we took the most important features that we felt like needed to be added into the product. You know, the recessed trays have been around for a while. It has one. We've made the bow where you can flush mount up to a 12.
Right.
We did away with the rod locker locks. There is no locks on this front deck because all they do is leak water into your boxes. Right. And the one thing that Champion was always known for was having dry rod lockers.
Absolutely.
We could spend the money and make them wet boxes and buy fans and put fans in your boxes so you can air them out, but why do we do that whenever we know we got boxes that are dry?
Right.
Locker bars are standard on the boat. It has one of the big things that we've changed is, and I fought it for years with the companies I've dealt with. I'm a big guy. As you can see, I'm a big guy.
Right.
I'm forced by the boat manufacturers to put all of my Plano boxes, all of my stuff in my driver rod locker box.
Right.
And put my rods on my passenger side.
Right.
I want my rods on my passenger side and my boxes on my driver's side so I can level the weight out and even my weight out, because in our world it makes a difference. So we now have a rod locker storage system in the passenger rod locker, in the driver's rod locker, and in the center storage, which you can use for like a day box. And you know, when you know you're going to catch them, you're only going to have 4 or 5 rods. I got them ready in my center box. I pull them out and I'm ready to go.
Right.
Plus you got a lot of storage there. Outside of that, we really haven't changed anything. It's the same platform everybody likes. The same big boxes. You can organize them the way you want. There's no sense in having a bunch of little bitty cut up boxes that, oh, you need to put your weights over here and your crankbaits over here. How about let me as a fisherman figure out where I want to put my stuff? Just Absolutely. Give me some room to do it.
Something that I want to show you guys, this is an industry first. Nobody else on the market has this, and is that standard?
That is standard.
Okay. Now what this is, I'm gonna show you here. This is an infrared camera and will actually display on your Lowrance units at the console. And perfect applications for that are nighttime running or events where maybe we're out of a truck and trailer room where the takeoff's going to be, and so we're going to trailer to a remote ramp and run over.
Right.
If it's early in the morning, this infrared camera will look ahead several hundred yards and you can see what's in front of you. Nobody else has that, and it comes standard on the 210 Elite.
Yes.
How cool is that?
It's awesome. And the other deal that's really cool is, we got some waves coming, but the other deal that's really cool is it is a recordable video process. So now you can put an SD card in there and you can record all of that stuff. They say they've got a wide angle lens coming, and we looked at it earlier. You can turn it around in your boat, and with the wide angle lens, you've got your own GoPro unit with your graphic. Maybe shouldn't have said GoPro, but the thing I like is I'm not of that younger generation. I've learned how to run my Lowrances, so I can put an SD card in there and I can record all of that stuff, and you can download it on the computer.
Let's talk about rod storage.
Mm-hmm.
In comparison to the 210 that everybody fell in love with, because I know there's been some improvements, how many rods will this boat hold?
Well,
24?
I carried 25 in my one rod box. Because for me it was a different deal. I was working all week, and every weekend I was somewhere different. So I carried a lot more stuff than normal. But in these individual boxes, you can take, on this box here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Right.
But you can double them up, so you can put 20 rods in this one box, plus you've got room underneath that rod ledges if you've got extra rods in case you break one, or something that you need to change out throughout the day. You can put 20 rods in this box. Our biggest thing is the customer service.
Yeah.
It's not there anymore, and we are going to offer customer service to all of our customers that come from the Charger family, that come from the Champion family. It's our goal to put Champion Owners Tournaments on here in the future, and the Charger and Champion people are all going to be welcome, because this is going to be the future of their product.
And I think that's an important point to make here. If you guys weren't aware of this, Charger is a 40-plus year company that is family owned.
42 years.
42 years. And here's the best part, is they're financially stable, so we don't have to worry about them going anywhere. If you buy a boat today, you can get it worked on tomorrow.
They own 3 boat companies. They own Playcraft, Hampton, and Charger. For the people that know Playcraft in this part of the world, they're the most phenomenal pontoon that you've ever been in, and they hold the world speed record. They're a very custom-oriented company. When we started on this project a long time ago, Joe and Jim Doris, their first comments were custom quality. That's what we do every day.
Right. Yeah. And that's something else I like. You guys see the color combination on this boat. It's a beautiful boat. But whatever colors you want, they'll make. And if you want every stripe a different color, they'll build it that way. There's no restrictions on that. Big front deck. Give me some dimensions here. How long is the boat? What's our deck width? Fuel capacities, live well capacities. Let's go through it.
Well, the boat's 20 foot, 10 inch.
Okay.
Your beams are 97. Your live wells, totally new deal.
Right.
We went to the individual live wells. There's not a divider there anymore. They're completely individual, so you don't have to carry 2 live wells full of water.
Nice.
They're about 32 gallon. They're huge. Their oxygenators are standard. That's a big deal. I mean,
right.
And for me, especially when we team fish, we use one live well I can put 25 pounds in one live well pretty easy. You get those days where you feel like you need to separate them out, especially in the summer, you've got an extra well to do that. On the days you're fishing a Pro-Am style event, if your partner's catching fish, your co-angler, and you're not, as you're running around throughout the day, you're burning less fuel, your boat's going to run better.
Sure.
Because you're not having to carry 2 full live wells full of water.
Sure.
But that's, the rear boxes are huge.
Yeah.
And can I tell you the exact dimensions? Off the top of my head, I'm just sitting here thinking they're big. They're
Right.
From the original 2008 210. They're 2 inches wider, 2 inches deeper. The other new stuff, we put our rulers here underneath the console, so they're easy to get to, out of the way. We created storages that are dry under each console, so you can put your wallets, your cameras, keys, insurance paperwork. The 210 did not have any type of floor storage before, and it didn't have any foot blocks, so when you sat in the seat you really had no way to lock in. So we made all of that stuff into it, made an area for your hot foot under the driver's console. Just made that stuff a whole lot more ergonomic and new design, and more comfortable and better layout just for the boat. We've got a storage over here under the passengers' rods. We also have a storage here on your center step up. You can keep your needles for your fish. You can keep whatever stuff, sunscreen, things like that. Probably one of the coolest things that we did was on the consoles. Everybody has gotten into this deal, and it's something that Champion always was huge with in the custom of a boat. Build it out of glass. We're not building plastic. We're not trying to, the plastic stuff's going to break down, discolor, fade, look like crud. So we took the shrouds off the 210 and made them in fiberglass. And so now you can color coordinate your consoles however you want them. If you want a white console with a red shroud, or a white shroud with a red console, whatever color you can dream up. The other big changes that we made is, with every motor brand, they all now have digital gauge systems. So we are offering standard whatever system that motor company offers. So with Mercury, it's SmartCraft. You got your Yamaha digital, you got your BRP digital, Honda's got digital. We're using those companies' technology so that instead of going out and finding a company that builds gauges and makes something special and off the wall for us, we thought, why not just use what the motor companies have? That way, if you have an issue, you have a problem, you got somebody to go to get it taken care of that knows your product and cares about what you have. And for the dealers, it's easier for them to call Mercury up or call Yamaha up than try and get hold of Fiera and figure out how quick we can get something. The other thing that's really cool, we've all gone through all the different gauges and gauges that are plastic buttons and all that stuff. We went to elevator switches. This is stuff that's been used in some of the bigger boats, that's been around for a long time. As you see, it just lights up. Whenever that switch is on, whatever you want to use it for, it just lights up. Those are your nav lights. So you got both, you got rear, then you're off. You got all your courtesy lights on your deck. Whenever you push that, the little LED lights come on. That's for your front. For your aft, or under your feet. It's stuff like that, and that elevator switch is really sweet. Something else that's kind of cool, and everybody has to add this back into their boat, is, well, I need a Perco switch for my boat. No, you have a power accessory switch, and Charger's been doing this in all of their products for years, that when you turn that switch, and it's going to kill, that kills all the power to everything. Here's another deal that's pretty cool. You're out on the lake, or you're at home and you had a pump that quit this weekend, or you're out on the water and you got a live well pump that quit. A lot of us will carry an extra cartridge or something. I've kind of gotten away from it because it'd take me all day to get my batteries and everything out of the way just to get to a pump to fix it.
Right.
Well, with these now, you take that strap off, pull that tank out of the way.
Just a hatch there, huh?
And right there, all the batteries are in here, everything to make the boat work. Every one of your pumps are right there to the sump.
Yeah, really a well-organized battery area. You said it'll hold up to 5 batteries?
We just rigged Charlie Ingram's here a couple weeks ago. Charlie had his 2 power pole pumps, 5 batteries, his 4-bank charger, everything you could put in there.
And room left over.
Yeah.
Well organized.
But that's a cool deal with this. And if you watch right here, so that
Oh, cool. Yeah.
If you don't want to have to, you're here by yourself
Yeah.
and you want to change it, there's a strap there to hold that lid up so that you can get to everything. And as you can see, you've got your bilge pumps, your aerator pumps, everything's right there. Twist out cartridges and you're done.
That's nice. Very nice.
And you don't have to pay a dealer $100 an hour to do it because it won't take you but just a couple minutes to do it. You take that, hand me that strap there. In the time we sat here and talked about it, I could have had the pump twisted out, plug back in,
Be done.
and you're ready to go back fishing.
And these boxes, man, you guys weren't kidding. These things are huge.
Oh, it's been a long time since I've had a box that big in the back of my boat for my partner to be able to put all of his gear when he's fishing with me.
Right.
I mean, and now he's got room to put a ton of gear back here.
And access panels in case we need to get to
If
the.
you need to run more wiring, if you want to upgrade your graphs, everything's accessible and easy to get to.
That's awesome. And the live wells, said are what, 32 gallons a
Yeah.
piece?
And they're huge.
Yeah. Standard oxygenators
Yep.
and lighted live wells too, I see.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. One of the things that I will say, we've spent some time in this boat, put some hours on it. It's everything you ever expected, ever knew from the Champions, powered with our Mercury 250 Pro XS, the
This
Sea
boat,
Star hydraulic
this
steering.
boat right now, with the way we've got it set up, 75.4,
Yeah,
it's a freaking solid rocket.
yeah, yeah. It's so for you guys that are seeing this and you're recognizing what this boat is right away, and for the guys that don't know what it is and aren't familiar with it, I can assure you, you're not going to be disappointed. Now, to get more information and to find out more, where do these guys go? How do they contact you to get their tails in a seat and go for a ride?
Probably the easiest way, they can call me. 417-839-3098 is my cell phone number. You can go to the Charger Boat website. You can call Charger. They'll send you back to me. You can email. The first location today that has got boats is Ulrich Marine in Branson, West Missouri. You can come down there, see this boat. I'll have another boat there next week.
And I'll tell you what's great too about Ulrich Marine. Not only are they a full service dealer, but if you want to come look at one of these boats, you're curious how it fit and feels, rides and all of that, how many miles are you from the ramp?
Oh, I can be in the ramp in about 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'd be more than happy to take anybody for a demo. I don't care if 300 of them show up, I'll stay down there all day and keep putting gas in it if that's what they want to do.
And he sure would. He absolutely would. Guys, it's phenomenal. And again, everything you've ever expected, if you're not familiar with them, everything your friends ever told you they were, it's exactly what this boat is and some extra. You guys are going to love it.
And hey, if you want to go to the factory, Joe Doris, super people, all the staff up there. There may be some of them that are wanting a pontoon and a bass boat. You won't find a better boat than the Playcraft or the Hampton. I think, like I told you earlier, they can hold the world speed record with pontoons, and they build some really trick stuff. But you want to go up there and go through the plant, look at some of the stuff. If you want me to meet you up there and custom order and color your boat, again, it's whatever you can dream up. I mean, the colors are endless.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in and watching this. Tell your friends. Find us and follow us on Facebook, and check out our website, www.bassboatexchange.com, and stay with us, because not only are we going to see more from this boat in the future, but you're going to see more from the upcoming models, the little brothers and sisters to this guy, on www.bassboatexchange.com. Thanks.